This is the New Zealand Rally where the best drivers in the world accept the traditional Maori greeting before taking on some of the fastest and most daunting roads on the planet. This is the third day of the event, with the final four stages being held south of the host city of Auckland. And the talk has all been about tyres this weekend. Pirelli, historically so strong on gravel events, have had a tough time. Mitsubishi drivers Gigi Galli and Ari Rowan-Pera literally shredded their rubber by the end of the longest stage yesterday. In comparison, the Michelin runners, such as Ford's Tony Gardemeister, have had a trouble-free run. It's been a frustrating weekend for their...
Between the three teams, we had quite a spread of choice. Mitsubishi took two tread, K and KP. Subaru took KP and KM. So I'm not sure we have the right tire here in New Zealand, but this is because we expected the rally in a changing season, so not so hot and not so hard for the tire.
This is high-speed, specialised event. It demands supreme concentration, and the smallest mistake can lead to disaster, as even the driver of a safety car found out. But for the professional WRC drivers, the contrast for top 8 positions, or the contest I should say, has been an enthralling 2 days of competition. Tony Gardemeister currently holds the honours in a three-way battle for 5th on a course to continue his best ever start to the season. Francois Naval, in contrast, has had a disastrous beginning to 2005. He's yet to score a point since his winter move to Citroën. The Belgian will seek to secure his current 4th position on this final day. In every rally so far this season, a trio of world champions have set a blistering pace, but few others have come close to matching, and that was once again here to see in New Zealand. Winner of the last 2 rounds, Petter Solberg, begins the final day third, just 6.8 seconds behind the Peugeot of Marcus Gronholm. Both drivers have suffered with their Pirelli tyres, but their own private duel is set to go down to the wire. Imperious once again, however, is reigning world champion Sebastian Loeb. Having claimed the rally lead after the 4th stage of the weekend, the Frenchman has steadily increased his advantage over the first 2 days. Loeb's lead coming into the final day is nearly 52 seconds. This should be more than enough for victory. Gronholm and Solberg will have to be content with fighting for the runners-up spot. Well, further back, Ari Rowan-Pera is tantalisingly close to the final point-scoring position, but it's been another disappointing weekend for Skoda, with teammates Schwartz and Toino in 11th and 12th. The Czech team have had a frustrating start to the season.
We are under pressure, because this year is the year which will make the decision for the next 1 or 2 years, and we have to show that. I know that there is some potential in the car, you can see it sometimes in the stage times, but we need to be more consistent during the rally.
There is little time for development now that the season is underway, and it's straight to the first stage of the morning. A rather sick-sounding Skoda as Jana Toino begins the stage. This is not the start that the Finn and the team were hoping for. This must be incredibly frustrating for Jana. He's done so well to battle back from a 50-second time penalty sustained before the start of the rally, and had been fighting with teammate Armin Schwarz for 11th spot. The engine fire is looking serious. As you'll see, Toino and co-driver Markula are forced to stop and basically to assess the problem. Doesn't look good. Well, they get going eventually and manage to crawl to the end of stage 17. The sick engine is too badly damaged to continue, and their rally is over. Yet more frustration for Skoda. Tony Gardemeister is well on course for his 4th consecutive points finish of the season. His stage times have rarely been outside the top 6, and although never reaching the pace of the leaders, this has been another consistent performance from the Finn. He increases his hold on 5th place with the 5th quickest time on stage 17.
Vasen 6. Vasen eripus kääntyy 4, huomio, vasen K, heti pitkä pyöreä oikein hidas, 140.
The fight for second is very much up for grabs. Peder Solberg's deteriorating Pirelli tyres have been an unwelcome hindrance in his bid to claim a 3rd successive rally win. Marcus Gronholm is in the same situation, so it's a level playing field in terms of tyre choice as Solberg makes the final push to the finish line. Solberg is the quickest through stage 17 so far, but it's the next driver through who Peder is interested in.
Line into neat, 4 right dash, tightens, 3 give in. Into 3 left half long, tightens 2, tightens 1, double tighten.
Gronholm was forced to concede defeat to the Subaru driver in Mexico, deciding to settle for 8 points for second rather than risk everything in a push for victory. But here in New Zealand, the Finn is determined to win the duel. The Peugeot driver knows these roads, having tackled these Wanga coast roads many times before. He had a 6.8 second advantage coming into the final day, but has he done enough to hold off Solberg's challenge? The answer is yes.
Hyppy 4 ja oikein hidas kirraa. Vasen pitkä eri miinus.
Amazing run, great control, and sheer grit and determination with it as well. Another 4.4 seconds gained. That's a great time by Gronholm.
Stage is clear for Marcus.
Sebastian Loeb has had a healthy lead of nearly a minute, which should ensure a comfortable run to the finish. Mechanical problems in the last 2 rallies have placed a question mark on the normally superb reliability of the Citroën Zara. If such thoughts have been planted in a seed of doubt in the mind of the unflappable Frenchman, perhaps, well, it doesn't show on this stage. He's slower than Gronholm, but only by a few seconds. Loeb's lead trimmed marginally then after stage 17, and Gronholm is now 11.2 seconds from Solberg. First stage win to Gronholm. Question is, can Solberg fight back with 3 stages remaining? Stay with us and find out. Next up on Rally New Zealand, the spectacular Wanga Coast stage. And with his teammate out of the rally, Armin Schwarz is Skoda's sole representative, a long way behind the point scoring positions. The German's weekend has become an extended test session, with every kilometre covered providing valuable data for the team to process in their efforts to improve the Fabia. He stays 11th at the end of Special 18.
Left 2 opens 30, right 3 to 4 short, immediate left 3, immediate on post, right 3 long tight.
Gigi Galli is leading Mitsubishi's charge. The Italian has outshone his more experienced teammate Ari Rovanperä and is on course to secure his 2nd points finish of the year.
Segue questa, in sinistra 4, in destra, in occhio ritarda, sinistra 4 lunga, in destra 6, 40, sinistra 1 meno.
For the 2nd rally in succession, Peugeot have both drivers running in strong point-scoring positions. Good news for the team in the manufacturer's standings, and also good news for Marco Martin, who came into this weekend 2nd in the Drivers' Championship. The Estonian is currently running 6th, but still within striking distance of Tony Gardemeister ahead of him on the leaderboard.
53 left Eri, 80, 4 plus right. 80, correct 5 plus right, long, 50, 4 plus left,
The Wanga Coast is one of the most recognisable areas in the World Championship. The stages snaking their way along the picturesque coastline. Truly beautiful.
Heti vasen K jatkuu. Pitkä pyöre oikein nopea plus.
But there is no time for Gardemeister to enjoy the view as he pushes to hold off the pressing Martin. Ford driver is a couple of seconds slower through stage 18. Martin is edging ever closer. Francois Deval is far enough ahead of Gardemeister in fourth to be able to take it easy on this final day. Lucky man.
Sur gauche 40 ferme, sur droite 40, pour gauche 40, sur l'endroit 30, tenir.
Oh, a big slide there, but the Belgian is still on course to hold on and claim his first points for Citroën.
Sur léger gauche, droite 70 ferme. Sur gauche 60 par corde, 60 par corde.
Peter Solberg lost out to Marcus Gronholm on the previous stage, so the Norwegian will not want to repeat results of the Wanga Coast test. The Subaru driver is rapidly running out of time to reclaim second position. He's really going for it though, but differential problems are not helping his cause, especially with this stage being 30 kilometres long.
6 left plus 60. Flat crest 60, keep right of a long crest, meet 6 left minus of a crest, tight and short, 100. 6 left plus keep in into 6, right minus half long, opens long and tightens 60. 6 left plus, opens 80, full left minus, tightens 3.
Question is, can Gronholm take advantage? Well, the Finn is a 3-time winner here in New Zealand and is supremely confident through these fast-flowing roads. Gronholm is heading for victory on this second stage in succession, and he extends his advantage over Solberg to over 15 seconds in the process. Just look how smoothly he tackles it.
Ja vasen tosi hidas, pitkä. 2 ja oikea pitkä hidas. Tässä laittaa slippi päälle. 8 ja oikealle vasen pitkä hidas kirraa.
Rally leader Sebastian Loeb has no need to push with such a healthy gap ahead of his rivals. Even so, the Frenchman keeps up an impressive pace through here. He's only 0.6 of a second off the time set by Gronholm.
Sur gauche 80 moins, sur droite 120 000 long, 70 mètres, droite 90 plus long, 80 mètres, gauche 120, 50 mètres, gauche 80 plus long, gauche 80 plus long.
Gronholm is edging away from Solberg, while teammate Marco Martin is close to within 13.4 seconds of Gardemeister's 5th position. Well, a remote tyre and fuel zone has been set up at the coastal town of Raglan, and with just 2 stages remaining, Loeb takes personal charge to make sure his car looks its very best.
Sebastian, just 2 stages left and it's 10 points.
Yes, we have to finish this rally. For the moment it's going well, the car is okay, the tires are okay, and now 2 stages to go. I hope not to make a mistake, try to find a safe rhythm. In the first loop it was okay, so I hope we can finish like this.
What about these remote services? You and Daniel actually have to work on the car.
Yes, for me it's okay, but Daniel is not used to work a lot, so it's okay.
No sign of nerves whatsoever then for Loeb. The 2005 New Zealand Rally has been a breakthrough event for one up-and-coming driver. Chris Atkinson is on only his 3rd rally in a WRC car. The young Australian has proved his pace with his first 2 fastest stage times, and running in 7th is on course to score his first points for Subaru. He's certainly a star in the making.
60, small crest.
The scrap for 5th is becoming a battle to watch on this final day. Marco Martin has set his sights on Tony Gardemeister's position. He's really pushing his Peugeot 307 to the limit. The Estonian looks like he's finally getting to grips with the car.
5 left.
105 left. 100, 4 plus right over crest. And short 6 right for minus left slow long. Go 70, 5 right. And 5 left long. 100. 3 plus right opens.
And Gardemeister has run out of new Z9 Plus Michelin tyres that have proved so effective in the dry New Zealand road surface this year. The Finn has had to revert to an older type of tyre, which could prove costly. He's got a lead of 13.4 seconds, but this isn't looking good for Tony. Gardemeister is over 9 seconds slower, and the gap between them is down to just 4.3 seconds.
Tää ei vie yhtään tää pyörä. Tää on ihan paskaa.
Francois Deval has certainly proved he's fast over the first 4 rallies of the year, and at last is on course to convert his pace to a strong finish. He's under orders to get to the finish, but if he's given a free run in the future, then who knows? Ocean's first WRC win can't be far away.
25, gauche 120 rasé, 100, sommet léger, long droite à fond légère, Packer.
Peter Solberg already has 12 World Rally wins under his belt, but barring a disaster for the rally leader, Loeb, the best the Norwegian can hope for is second.
And 4 left plus half long tightens. Opens 100.
Well, that's only if he can overhaul Marcus Gronholm, who's looking fired up on this final morning.
6 left plus 15. Keep left of a crest, delete big cut 4 right plus, and don't cut 2 left minus, tightens 1 plus tightens.
The 2-time world champion is making a habit of fighting for the runner-up spot this season. Solberg's time is a good one, but once again Gronholm has enough in reserve to beat his rival by another 2 seconds.
Eri 4. Ja vasen piru pitkä hidas, kirraa. 8. Nyt oikein pitkä nopea kirraa. 5. Vasen eri sumppu, oikein eri tiukka. 9.
Sebastian Loeb, meanwhile, continues his relentless charge to his second win of the year. He may have been aided by a new Michelin tyre that has given him an advantage over his Pirelli rivals, but that is to take nothing away from what has been a superb performance from the world champion. It's worth taking a few moments to sit back and just watch Loeb in action. He is arguably the smoothest driver in the World Championship. He's always in control, never looks under pressure, and as a driver with such speed who can rarely make a mistake, he truly is an exceptional talent.
120 plus million pas corde. Ouvre 130 mètres, droite 130 moins de corde sur attention 50 mètres, gauche 90 plus. Et droite 110 millions pas corde. Ouvre et ferme 110 plus.
Marco Martin has one more stage to make up the 4.3 seconds to Tony Gardemeister, while Solberg's chances of taking the runner-up spot are now looking slim. Loeb is on course to claim his first New Zealand Rally win. Stay with us to find out if he makes it. The final stage is a second run through the Wanga coast, so let's get straight to the gripping battle for 5th place between Gardemeister and Marco Martin. Martin's worked out a new driving style to maximize the 307's performance, using the throttle and brakes at the same time, but has to keep on the road as well as on the throttle, of course. Well, his time through the splits looked good, but has he been able to find enough improved pace to reel in Tony Gardemeister? The Ford driver is protecting that 4.3 second lead over Martin coming into the stage. Tyres now not ideal, but he'll be desperate not to lose out in this tight contest. He's nowhere near Martin. He's definitely lost fifth. What a massive disappointment for the Finn. Place and a championship point lost on the very last stage. Peter Solberg faces an even bigger challenge than Martin. He's 17th and a half seconds, I should say, behind second place Gronholm after losing more time on stage 19. He's not letting up on his final stage. So long as he gets through, this will be his third consecutive podium finish in New Zealand. He's done all he can. And Marcus Gronholm will have the splits and know what he has to do to keep second place. But don't forget, last year Gronholm lost out to Solberg on this very stage, but not this year. Two successive second place finishes, making up to some extent, I should say, for the disappointments in Monte Carlo and of course in Sweden. How much Gronholm would have preferred his first win in 2005.
Always there is somebody in front. Seems to be difficult to win, but we have to try. I am quite happy that we could keep Solberg behind. He have won 2 rallies this year, and now it seems to be that he's trying to have a small advantage, maybe with the tires. I don't know, but this time hopefully we can catch them.
As for Sebastian Loeb, 10 points here will move him up to second in the Drivers' Championship. Defending champions had a tough time of it in the last 2 rallies, and this is just what the doctor ordered. The Citroën is seemingly back to its famous reliability, and as Gronholm said, those Michelin tyres are giving him an added edge. It's been a devastating combination. Loeb finishes the rally with style, winning this final spectacular stage to confirm his first victory in New Zealand. And of course, it's a first victory in New Zealand for Citroën as well.
For me, it's the most exciting rally, and to win it with Peter and Marcus still on the road, it's very nice for me.
Does this put the worries you've had maybe in Sweden and Mexico behind you with the car?
I had no worries. You had the worries, but...
The big push by Loeb on the final stage of day 2 ensured that his winning margin was a comfortable one. Second place Marcus Gronholm had a cushion ahead of Peter Solberg thanks to his 3-stage wins today, while Francois de Waal and Chris Atkinson will be relieved to collect their first points of the season. New Zealand sporting legend, world rugby star Jonah Lomu happy to pay homage to the rally winner.
We have a new tyre which is very good, but it's not only that. I think all the team made a great job since last year, because we knew that we are not so fast here, and we try to work every time on this kind of surfaces, and we have, compared to last year, everything is different. The suspension is different, the diffs, the engine, the gearbox, and for me also I have a very good feeling with the car, and it's going well.
Loeb now second in the championship, just behind Peter Solberg, but it's all incredibly tight with 6 points covering the top 5 drivers. Citroën also second in the manufacturers table, moving up from 5th thanks to a 15-point haul here in New Zealand. Next part of port of call on the WRC calendar is another tourist destination, another gravel rally. It's Sardinia. Later this month, Peter Solberg will be going all out to repeat last year's win and stay ahead in the championship. The Norwegian will be pushed all the way by the man enjoying the sweet taste of victory in Auckland. Don't forget to join us in Sardinia for the next instalment of the World Rally Championship. My name's Carlton Kirby. Thanks for your company in New Zealand. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.